Adiabatic process means Q is equal to 0. The first thing you need to know. If Q is equal to 0, what will be delta U? That is equal to Q plus W. So Q is equal to 0, which makes this delta U is equal to W. This is the first thing you must know. Second thing, delta U, irrespective of what process, it will always be written as NCV delta T. Now that can be related with work, which is equal to minus P external into delta V. This is how we can usually relate. These are the two things we must immediately know the minute we think about adiabatic process. Now within adiabatic, we may be having reversible kind or irreversible kind. So let me first check out adiabatic, reversible adiabatic process. Reversible, we always think reversible for a small change first. So suppose if there is a small change in internal energy, it is because of small amount of work that might be done. Now, work done will always be written as minus P into dV, which is equal to du in this case, which is NCV dt for a small change in temperature. So from here, I can write if PV is equal to nRT, I can replace pressure as nRT by V. So P is equal to nRT by V. So let me substitute that value here. So I will get minus nRT by V into dV is equal to NCV dt. Taking the t to the other side, what I would get here, n will get cancelled. So I will have R by CV. This will be minus R by CV. 1 by V dV is equal to 1 by T dt. Integrating that on both sides, minus R by CV integral V1 to V2, 1 by V dV is equal to 1 by T integral T1 to T2 into dt. On doing that, I will get minus R by CV ln V2 by V1 is equal to ln T2 by T1. Okay. So from here, I can write this as ln V2 by V1 whole raised to power of R by CV is equal to, taking this minus sign to the other side, I can write ln T1 by T2, right? So that minus will turn this T2 by T1 into T1 by T2. So if I take anti-logs on both sides, taking anti-log on both sides, what do I get? I will get V2 by V1 whole raised to power of R by CV is equal to T1 by T2. So which implies I can write this as uh, R by CV can be written as gamma minus 1. How? Check. Cp minus Cv is equal to R, sorry, Cp minus Cv is equal to R. Divide everything by Cv. So we will get this as R by Cv. So this is gamma minus 1 is equal to R by Cv. I guess you understood how we got that. So we will get this as gamma minus 1 R by Cv as. So if I write this as T1 by T2 is equal to V2 by V1 whole raised to power of gamma minus 1, which implies T1, this is V1. So T1 V1 power gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 V2 power gamma minus 1. That is equal to some constant. You can write this. So which means basically for an reversible adiabatic process, I would get a relation with for temperature and volume, that is Tv power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. Now if at all instead of temperature I put nRT by P, nRT by P, okay, uh, nRT by PV, sorry, PV by NR. So if I put PV by NR into V raised to power of gamma minus 1 is equal to constant, what do we get? N and R are constants here. So if at all, you can check it out. This brings it. PV raised to power of gamma is equal to constant. Similarly, instead of volume, if at all I put pressure, that is nRT by P whole raised to power of gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. Now here I'm getting this as P raised to power of 1 minus gamma. So you can see that I'm getting p raised to power of 1 minus gamma into t raised to power of this 1 will get cancelled. T raised to power of gamma is equal to constant. So we are going to get three important relations here: pressure versus volume in this way, temperature versus volume in this way, and pressure versus temperature in this way. These three are very important for problem solving. Okay, guys. So this is only valid for reversible adiabatic forms. Okay. Now, how do we calculate the work done? We can use these formulas everywhere as long as it is adiabatic reversible. So how I can do the work done now? Work done, work done can be written as dw is equal to minus integral of p into dv v1 to v2, right? So this is the work done. So I can write this work W is equal to minus P. Instead of P, I can use now is constant into V raised to power of gamma into dV integral V1 to V2. Because we just learned that P and V can be related this way. So if I pull that constant outside and let it integrate, so I will get ln, sorry, we will get V raised to power of, okay, 1 minus gamma divided by 1 minus gamma whole raised to power of V1 to V2. This minus continues. So I will get work done is equal to minus K by 1 minus gamma into V raised to power V2 power 1 minus gamma minus V1 power 1 minus gamma. Is that clear, beta? Right. So once you get this here, now I can put this K value as P1 V1 power gamma or P2 V2 power gamma. Depending upon the need, I will use that. Let me push this K inside. So what do I get? 1 minus gamma into K into V2 power 1 minus gamma minus K into V1 power 1 minus gamma, which is equal to 1 by gamma minus 1. This minus I'm writing as gamma minus 1 into K. I can put this K as P1 V1 per gamma into, sorry, P2, because here P2 makes more sense. So P2 V2 per gamma into V2 per 1 minus gamma minus here P1 makes more sense. So P1 V1 per gamma into V1 per 1 minus gamma. So on doing that, I will get 1 by gamma minus 1 into P2 V2 minus P1 V1 minus P1 V1. So this is the work done adiabatic in reversible way. Have you all got this? So please make a note of these two formulas before going for problem solving. One, in adiabatic, reversible adiabatic, these three are very important formulas and how to calculate the work. See, so once you get this here, we understood what is the work done now. So you can relate that with delta U also. Delta U is equal to work done adiabatic, which is equal to 1 by gamma minus 1 into P2 V2 minus P1 V1. This is the way you can calculate. Okay. This is about reversible work. What about irreversible work? You can derive the same formula for irreversible also. See, one thing we know that work done is equal to N CV T2 minus T1. So these two are always related, irrespective of what, these two can always be related. Next, let us see irreversible work. So irreversible case. So irreversible adiabatic. In case of irreversible adiabatic case, what we can say, Q is anyway 0, delta U will be equal to W. And now W can be defined as minus P external into V2 minus V1. Okay. And we know that P external will always be equal to final pressure. Okay, P final. So therefore I can replace that as minus P final, which is P2 into V2 minus V1. Okay. So if I push that inside, I will get just minus P2 V2 minus P2 V1. Okay. This way I can calculate. Or I can use delta U also, delta U which is equal to N CV T2 minus T1. This formula can be used as well. See, T2 minus T1 can also be written as NCV into P2 V2 by NR minus P1 V1 by NR, which can be equal to, if you cancel that R part, we will get CV by R into P2 V2 minus P1 V1. And CV by R is nothing but 1 by gamma minus 1 into P2 V2 minus P1 V1. So in short, the formula remains same in adiabatic also, in in reversible also, in irreversible also. The formula will look exactly same, but the problem is this P2 is not equivalent to this P2. Okay, clear? So the values of pressure, temperature, and volume, they won't be same if you check out the final values, although the formula appears same. So remember this, although the formula looks same, adiabatic adiabatic work done reversible is not equal to work done adiabatic irreversible, because these are not the exact same dimensions. Okay, and which also brings to the case that delta U adiabatic reversible can never be similar to that of delta U adiabatic irreversible, which will derived in one step. What does this mean? Usually we always say state function should be same, na? This is irreversible. So normally we say that state functions में कोई फर्क नहीं आना चाहिए. देखो, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ध्यान देना है सबको. एक बार फिर से हम लोग रिकॉल करेंगे all the processes. See, suppose if it is an isothermal process, everybody. If it is isothermal process, which means it is at constant temperature. At constant temperature, see from here, if we plot a graph here, pressure versus volume, from this point, I would be able to come to this point reversibly. This is from P1 V1 to P2 V2, I'm coming reversibly. And I can come in same one step irreversibly also. From this point, I can come to this point irreversibly also. Irreversibly में कोई graph नहीं होता है, but all I know that this change can be done. To show the evidence, we can just check out the work done. The area under this curve is about work done irreversible. And area under the big curve here, this entire one will be, that is reversible work. That entire area, if you check out, that is reversible work. Okay. But what I meant to say is, am I able to reach P1 V1 to P2 V2 both reversibly as well as irreversibly in one step? Yes, I can. Which means in one step, in one step, got it? Or path based, in one step or path based, we can reach, we can reach same state, same state reversibly, reversibly as well as irreversibly. Now the same logic can be applied when you have constant pressure and constant volume also. I'm not writing though, but I want you to figure out that even if you have constant pressure and constant volume, reversibly, irreversibly, we can always reach the same state, you know, in all those processes. But when it comes to adiabatic, see problem with adiabatic now. If we take adiabatic case. In adiabatic case, in one step, we cannot reach same state reversibly as well as irreversibly, as well as irreversibly. To showcase that, you know, check this out. Suppose if at all I have started with some pressure here, P versus V, we have started from here and we are reaching to this point reversibly. So which means P1, V1, I'm reaching to P2, V2 reversibly. This is a reversible adiabatic curve. For irreversible, curve is not defined, sirf points are defined. But your starting point is same. So we are starting from this point only. This is irreversible point. But you cannot reach the same point in one step. Either you will reach here. If you try to reach the same volume, you will reach a new point here. Or either you will reach here, which means if you want to see if you want to reach the same pressure, you might end up reaching to the different volume, but you will never be able to reach same points of reversibility as that of these points, in reversible as well as irreversible form. Initially, if pressure volume is given, let me assume temperature is T1, here temperature is T2. So reversibly, if you're reaching P2, V2, T2, irreversibly with the same step, with one step, you cannot reach at this point. Either you will reach at this point or this point. Let me mark these points here now. This is P3, V2, and T3. And let me mark this point here. This is P2, V4, and T4. Okay. I'll give all the labeling here, A, B, C, D. Clear? Now I'm trying to prove that irreversibly you will only end up at either C or D. We'll try to prove that now. Okay. How we can prove that? One thing we always know that expansion work, when you do reversibly, the magnitude of that will always be greater than expansion work when you do irreversibly. I think this logic is clear to us. Before that only, in isothermal also we have derived this. Okay. So I'm using the same logic here to derive it. We know that delta U is equal to work in case of adiabatic, which means delta U of expansion will be same as W of expansion will be same as NCV delta T. This is for expansion. So I can write this as delta T change in reversible work, right, should be greater than delta T change in irreversible form. Clear, guys? I think this point is clear. But both of them started with the initial same temperature. So imagine karo, reversibly it has reached T2. Reversibly it has reached T2. And irreversibly it has reached where? Maybe T3. Let's say it has reached T3. Correct? Now, I am saying that difference between these two should be more in reversible. We are just following this inequation. See what happens to the temperature from T1 during expansion. The temperature will decrease, ना? Okay. ये तो हम लोग रिवर्सिबली हमने अभी प्रूव किया है that T1 V1 power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. So if T1 increases, what should happen to the V1? Sorry, if V1 increases, which means if the volume increases, the temperature has to fall down. Okay. This is just now we have proved, which means since the volume is increasing in expansion, the temperature has to fall down. So from T1 to T2, if you compare, T2 is smaller value. Okay. T2 is smaller value. T3 is smaller than T1. But which has more dip here? T2 should be much more smaller compared to that of T3. Then only the dip is more here. Right, guys? It is like this. अगर initially दोनों 300 Kelvin से start किया है, यहाँ पे भी 300 केल्विन से स्टार्ट किया, राइट? इफ T2 इज रीचिंग 200, द मैग्नीट्यूड मस्ट बी ग्रेटर देन दिस, मतलब ये कितना रीच होना चाहिए? मे बी दिस हैज रीच 220, करेक्ट? विच मीन्स फाइनल टेम्परेचर किसका ज्यादा होगा? इरिवर्सिबल का हमेशा ज्यादा होगा। Clear? So this brings a very important conclusion that final temperature final temperature of irreversible adiabatic is more than is more than is more than reversible adiabatic is more than reversible adiabatic. Now tell me, at a constant volume, if the temperature is more, the pressure has to be more, na? So matlab point which I have written is correct or no? So at constant volume, if temperature is more, which implies pressure also must be more, which implies point C is correct for adiabatic reversible change. Let me know any one of you, if you have any doubt, please let me know, or else I'll continue. Have you all understood this point, beta? ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एरिया है, इसको अच्छे से समझो. Mayank, have you got this?
Yes, sir.
Athar,
Yes, sir.
Arjun,
Yes, sir.
Amal, are you there, beta? You can message me. See, so this is what we have got in the case of adiabatic. Now, another point which I wanted to prove is that what if the pressure is same, right? Final pressure same hai, then volume is increasing or decreasing. ये हमको prove करना है. That point D, why didn't I take the point D here only? Why did I have to take point D here? Correct. That is what something we'll try to prove now. Okay. So final pressure is same here. Correct. So same expansion work, imagine same expansion work, but I'm reaching to the same final pressure. Okay. This logic is still the same, right? Temperature is same. So which means I can say that if final final temperature of irreversible adiabatic is more, then we can say that okay, pressure, we can say that at constant pressure, as temperature is increasing, volume has to increase. So that's why we can say that volume of adiabatic irreversible form will be greater than, this is the final volume, has to be greater than volume of adiabatic change reversible. Okay, but condition is this is at constant pressure. That's why I took the point D here. I didn't take it on the left hand side.
Sir, is it only for gases or for all matter?
Only for gases, beta. We are all deriving this for ideal
Okay,
gas.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, I was just confused. If I asked it.
Hmm. See, whatever the derivations we have proved here, we all took this as PV is equal to nRT and checked it out, right? वहीं से start किया ना ये पूरा derivation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. So for these type of questions, you should be able to figure out what should be the answer, whether you operate reversibly or irreversibly. Okay. So let us try one question here. Okay. For a monoatomic ideal gas, if a volume if volume of gas is increased, volume of gas is increased from 8 liters to 10 liters, 8 liters to 10 liters at 8 liters to 10 liters adiabatically, then find the work done, find the work done if constant external pressure is minus 2 atm, sorry, plus 2 atm. Find delta U of the system as well. What would be the case, beta? First one is a very simple question, so you should be able to answer. As long as the volume change is given, does it matter whether it is an adiabatic or isothermal? Because for volume change, it is very generic formula, right? Any volume, work done. For any work done, it is minus P external into dV V12. This is the general form. And if it is given constant external pressure or reversibility mentioned nahi hai, so it has to be irreversible. Whenever reversibility is not mentioned, you will always take it as irreversible. ये मैंने पहले बताया आपको. So it is irreversible, which means it is minus P external into V2 minus V1. That's all. We don't have to think so much. So it is 2 times of 10 minus 8. So it is minus 4 atm liter. So if you multiply that with 101.3, which is approximately 400 joules, okay, good, with minus sign, which means it is an expansion work. That's why that's why work is negative. Delta U will be equal to W, right? So it will be also minus 400 joules. So we don't have to work much here. Clear on this point? Now let us try the next one. Now here, suppose if I give you 1 mole of non-linear, 1 mole of non-linear triatomic ideal gas, subjected to adiabatic compression, okay, and it is compressed from 1 atm and 300 kelvins to 16 atm, and we don't know what is the final temperature. Calculate the work done in process first if it is reversible, and second if it is irreversible. Do this now, beta. Can you switch on your cameras, guys? No issue, Aradhi. Others? Yeah, try this question, beta. Chaitanya, try it. No issue, Mike. बोल बोल के करना, हाँ? क्या क्या स्टेप्स कर रहे हो सब लोग बोल बोल के करना. Kamal, I can't see you, beta. Switched off. It's only showing blank. That's okay, Amal. Okay, maybe you need a restart to do, but that's okay. You can do it later. Think about it, guys. If it is reversible, what we should do? If it is irreversible, what we should do? If it is reversible, we can apply the formula directly, right? So try to apply the formula since it is reversible. What is the formula? आपको लिखा है मैंने pressure and temperature related formula. For that, we just need a gamma value, right? Tell me about the gamma value. See, guys, first we need to understand this non-linear triatomic ideal gas. So what does that tell us? Which means gamma value, Cp values, first Cv value would be equal to how much? 7R by 2. This is gamma. What will make that Cv, Cp? Cp will be, okay, sorry, this is 5R by 2. 6R by 2, and this will make it 4R by 2, which makes gamma is equal to 4 by 3, which is 1.33. This is gamma value. फिर से रिकॉल करो, आप लोग सब भूल रहे हो यार, फायदा क्या है फिर? Cp, Cv, gamma. First, if it is monoatomic, diatomic, and polyatomic. Monoatomic 3 by 2R. This is 5R by 2. Gamma is 1.66. Diatomic. Diatomic is 5 by 2R. 7R by 2. That is 7 by 5, 1.4. Polyatomic 3R. This is 4R. This is 1.33. Okay, you have to keep reminding this always. So what is the value of gamma? We got the value of gamma. Now just apply the formula. So P1 raised to power of 1 minus gamma T raised to power of gamma is equal to constant. This is what we have seen it. So which implies we will get this as P1 raised to power of 1 minus 1.33 T raised to power of 1.33. That is equal to P1 V1 and P2 1 minus 1.33 and T2 1.33. This is what we know. Okay. So from here, can you calculate T2? Just try to calculate T2 here. So T2 will be equal to T1 into P1 raised to power of, P1 by P2. So that will be P1 by P2 whole raised to power of 1 minus 1.33 divided by 1.33, right?
So could you please repeat? I was disconnected for the past 2 minutes.
Which part, beta?
सर वो पूरा solution मैंने नहीं सुना. Solution के start से पहले से I got disconnected.
Acha. See what I'm saying? You must know what are the Cp, Cv values and gamma values for mono, di, poly type of atoms. If it is monoatomic, it is 3 by 2R, 5 by 2R, and gamma is 1.66. If it is diatomic, which is linear form, then it is 5 by 2R, 7 by 2R, and 1.4. And if it is polyatomic, then it is 1.33. Now the question is about polyatomic, right? Any triatomic or any polyatomic which is non-linear will have a gamma value of 1.33. So that is a hint, we must take it. And for an adiabatic change, we have just proved that p raised to power of 1 minus gamma into t raised to power of gamma will be equal to constant. So I'm using that because temperature is not given here. P1, T1 is given, P2, T2 is supposed to be calculated. So how do I calculate that? P1, T1 raised to their power gammas. If I put this, I'll get T2 value from here.
I got it.
Okay. So how much do I get from here now? See, I could use, instead of writing it as gammas, I can write this as 4 by 3 because that makes the solving easy. So 1.33 ke badle mein I'll use this as 4 by 3, 4 by 3. So what do I get here now? So I'll make this as T1 whole raised to power of P1 into P2 whole raised to power of minus 4 by 3 is what I will get, correct? Because, sorry, minus 1, because you can see that here what do we get? This is 3 minus 4, which is 1 by 3, 1 by 3 by 4 by 3. So that makes it minus 1 by 4. Okay, you'll get this as minus 1 by 4. Okay, beta. So which means T2 will be equal to T1. T1 kitna tha? 300. So 300 multiplied by P1. How much was P1? P1 was 1 and P2 was 16. Whole raised to power of minus 1 by 4. So which is 300 into 2 raised to power of 4 ka whole raised to power of 1 by 4. So which is 2 times of 300. So which makes it 600 kelvins. Clear? So we got the temperature. Once you get the temperature, can we calculate the work done? Work can be written as NCV T2 by T1, which is equal to N into CV. कितना होता है इसका value? 3R. Just now we have checked it. So it is 3R. So N. How many moles? See the question. 1 mole is being used. So therefore, it is 1 mole into 3 by 2R. Sorry, only 3R. 3R multiplied by T2 minus T1, which is 300. So how much you are getting? 900 R. So depending upon what value of R you take, the same units you will get it for work done. So if you take it as 8.314, the answer will end up in joules. If you take it in 4.18, the answer, if you take it in 2, the answer will end up in calories. If you take it in 0.0821, the answer will end in ATM liters. This is the work done in reversible process. What we got it is in reversible process. Now think that in irreversible process, ये question irreversible का JEE में most asked है. ये section पे, in this section, the most asked question is about the irreversible adiabatic process का work done. So ध्यान से देखो फिर से question को, what you have to do it for irreversible. There is only one equation you can rely on. Just put that equation and see how you can get it. Try that once. Mayank, समझ रहा है?
हाँ सर.
Sir, I've closed my video क्योंकि video चालू कर रहा था. I'm continuously disconnecting time and again.
Nah, no issue. You focus on the problem. Okay? Let's do this. Get the answer in irreversible part. I'll give you a small hint here. The only equation which we have is NCV T2 minus T1 is equal to minus P external into V2 minus V1. Isn't the only equation we have? Because when it comes to irreversible change, all I know is delta U is equal to W. बस इतना ही मुझे पता है. Because there is no other formula unlike reversible which we could derive. So using this only I have to evaluate. So this I have elaboratively put it here on the formula based. So first I need to calculate T2. Once you get T2, you can get work done. That is easy. So using this equation only, we'll try to find out T2. See, N into CV T2 minus T1 is equal to minus P external. One thing you know that final pressure will always be equal to external pressure. So this is minus P2 into V2 minus V1 is equal to minus P2 into, I can write this V2 in terms of pressure and temperature. So nRT2 by P2 minus this as nRT1 by P1. If I multiply this P2 inside, I will get this as minus of nRT. Let me take that nR also common outside. So minus nR, if at all I take common, it will be 1 minus P2 by P1 multiplied by T1. And here, sorry, this is not 1, this is T2. So I'll have this as T2. So T2 minus P2 by P1 into T1. This is what I would get. CV, if you write in terms of gamma, we know that R by CV is equal to 1 minus gamma. So CV can be written as R by 1 minus gamma. So I can write this here as N CV into T2 minus T1 is equal to minus N into, sorry, this CV can be written as R by 1 minus gamma into R into T2 minus P2 by P1 into T1. This way I can write. So NR will get cancelled. So all I'll be left out with 1 by 1 minus gamma into T2 minus T1 is equal to T2 minus P1 by P2 I know already, and T1 is also something I know. So P2 P2 by P1 is 16 by 1. So this is 16 times of, correct, T1. T1 is something which I already know, that is 300. 16 times of 300. Okay. And what about this gamma value here now? 1 minus gamma कितना होगा check करते हैं. We know gamma value is 1.33. So 1 minus gamma will be equal to 0.33, and that too with a negative sign. Here negative sign is still carried. So this is minus 0.11 by, so this is minus 1 by minus 1 by minus 1 by 0.33 into T2 minus T1 is equal to minus of T2 into 16 into 300. Okay. So you could see that T1 value, you know, just calculate T2. Give me an answer, guys. First do the calculation for T2. Once you get T2, then do the work done. Calculate it. Finished, guys? 600? No. अरे क्या कैलकुलेशन भी नहीं आ रहा है क्या आप लोगों को? क्या कर रहे हो यार, कुछ आंसर तो दो. T2. चेक बेटा क्या आ रहा है टेम्परेचर एवरीवन. T2 minus 300 is equal to 0.33 into T2, right? So that minus got cancelled. This is 16 into 300. So if I bring that, this is 1 minus 0.33 into T2 is equal to, this is 16 times of 300, correct? Plus 300 is what I will get. Sorry, minus of this is what I would get here. Clear? All of you got that? So T2 here, this is coming out to be minus 0. Approximately 66 into T2 is equal to, this is coming out to be minus 17 into 300. Okay. This is what I'll get. Yeah, and that multiplied by sorry, this I did multiply 0.33 now, minus 16 into 300 into 0.33. 0.33 को 1 by 3 लिख सकते हैं ना, so it is nothing but 1 by 3. So that, and here also 0.66 which I have done. If at all I take that 300 to the other side, what do you get? Plus 300. So it is how much? Minus 1600 plus 300. So approximately minus 1300. And T2 will be equal to minus 1300 divided by 0.66. Correct? So we got this as 0.66. 0.66 can be written as, how much? 2 by 3. 2 by 3, 0.66 ही होता है ना. So 1300 divided by 2 by 3. So how much you are getting? Approximately 1425. Have you all got this? Atharv, is that clear, beta? Guys, can you hear me? Yeah. Right. Now do the work done. Work done कैसे आएगा? N CV T2 minus T1. Okay. N is 1 mole. CV is 3R into T2 minus T1. 1425 minus 300. Check how much work it is getting. Give me an answer there. Chaitanya, give me an answer, beta.
Yes, sir. A moment.
Amal, any answer, beta? I'm not able to hear you in case if you are talking.
सर 9335 जूल्स किलो
कैलोरीज
किलो
में बता
जूल्स।
दे, इंटू 2 कर दे।
अच्छा इंटू 2। एक मिनट।
सर बहुत बड़ा वैल्यू आ रहा है।
कैलोरीज में बेटा
मतलब इतना
बड़ा कैसे आएगा?
18,000 समथिंग आएगा।
सर अराउंड 20 के ऊपर तो जाएगा ही आराम से।
देखो कितना आ रहा है, ये 3 2 जा 6 है ना, 6 इंटू ये कितना आ रहा है, 1125 आ रहा है ना, करेक्ट? तो कितना आएगा अप्रोक्सीमेटली 6750 कैलोरीज आ रहा है। बड़ा किधर जा रहा है? अब यहाँ पे देखो कितना आया था 900, ये कितना आया 1800 कैलोरीज आया, बराबर। और यहाँ पे कितना आ रहा है 6750 आ रहा है। देखो इससे ये तो पता चल रहा है ना, ये पहले भी हम लोग प्रूव कर चुके हैं, वर्क डन
1125 कैसे आया?
क्या बेटा?
या फिर 3R लिया है ना?
हाँ सर, वो 24 अप्रोक्सीमेटली मल्टीप्लाई होगा ना।
अरे आर का वैल्यू 2 होता है ना भाई, कैलोरीज में कितना होता है आर का वैल्यू?
अच्छा कैलोरी।
अच्छा हम लोग
ओके।
कैलोरीज में कर रहे हैं, मैंने जूल्स किलो में निकाला था तो इंटू 8 किया था
हाँ
मैंने।
इंटू
मैंने भी वही किया था।
8.314 ना, मैंने वही
हाँ
बोला
हाँ सर।
कैलोरीज में रखो।
अप्रोक्सीमेटली 24
तो
लेके।
कैलोरीज में रखेंगे तो इतना
तो
आएगा।
आपने कैलोरीज में कर दिया फिर? अच्छा
2 सिंपल नंबर है ना, इसके लिए मैं बोला कैलोरीज में रखो ताकि आंसर सिंपल रहे आपका।
ओके सर। तो व्हेन यू सेड मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 आई थॉट जो मेरा आंसर आया है जूल्स में आप उसको 2 से
ना
मल्टीप्लाई
ना
करने
ना
के लिए
ना
कह रहे
बेटा,
थे।
उसको नहीं, उसको नहीं।
अच्छा मैं वही इतना इसलिए अजीब आंसर।
So work done irreversible adiabatic. We always have learned that work done irreversible compression will always be greater than work done reversible compression. और ये फिर से प्रूव हो रहा है यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में that irreversible work ज़्यादा होगा compared to that of reversible work if it is compression. If it is expansion, the question would be other way around. ठीक है बेटा, ये पॉइंट समझा सबको? So let us do one more question now. Last question. See that. So if we take 2 moles of an ideal gas, 2 moles of an ideal gas at 300 kelvins and 5 atm, 300 kelvins and 5 atm is expanded adiabatically to P final of 2 atm against P external of 1 atm. यहाँ पे फाइनल अलग है, एक्सटर्नल अलग है. कैलकुलेट फाइनल टेम्परेचर इन केल्विन्स. एग्जैक्टली ऊपर के ही सेम एप्लीकेशन से फ्रॉम हियर ऑल्सो फाइंड W, डेल्टा U एंड डेल्टा H. सेम ऊपर का ही एप्लीकेशन है, जस्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट करो वैल्यूज, पहले टेम्परेचर कैलकुलेट करो. ऊपर हमने कैसे किया था, यहाँ पे यही इक्वेशन लेना, ऐसे ही इक्वेशन लेना और टेम्परेचर कैलकुलेट करना first and then you can calculate work and all like that. All of you have test at 9 o'clock.
Sir, actually practice test, so tomorrow when ranking नहीं आएगी, but tomorrow we'll be able to give the test at the practice test section. So I'll continue the class after 9 o'clock.
Okay, fine. Others?
So I need to give the test right now because I need to see how much I have practiced the paper.
How
And
about
my
others?
parents
Everybody
won't
has the
allow
test. That's what
me
I'm asking.
to give the test.
Aradhya has it. Atharv, you have it.
Yeah, but I'm not giving the test.
Okay. Amal,
Yes, sir.
you have the test too.
Yes, sir, but I'll give it tomorrow.
Mayank. So whatever problems we do now,
Sir?
beta, you just go through
Yes,
the
sir.
video then.
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
So can I leave?
Sir, would you be taking revision after 9 o'clock,
Thank
or
you,
would you be
sir.
continuing with the syllabus?
If all of them are there, if Mayank is only one which is missing, right? That's okay. We'll continue. Okay. Right. So check this. Have you all done it? See, guys. One thing I know that we can write this as NCV T2 minus T1 is equal to minus P external into V2 minus V1. But here external pressure is different given. So keep it outside only. And that is a given value. Inside, write in terms of pressure and temperature. So nRT2 by P2 minus nRT1 by P1. If you bring that n outside, r outside, everything will get cancelled, and I will get this as CV by r on the left hand side into T2 minus T1, which is T2 minus 300 is equal to minus P external, which is given as 1 into r. If you bring this T2 here, T2, how much is that value? T2 by final pressure is given as 2. Here it is 300. Initial pressure is given as 5 atm. This is the terms we know so far. So from here, if at all I take this CV by R, CV by R, I can write in terms of gamma. Right. So this is in 2 moles of ideal gas given, and 5 atm. Rest of all the terms are given here. 2 moles. Yeah, number of moles are given here, correct? But that is anyway getting cancelled there. Right. C2, I can bring this as 2 here. Yeah. So CV what I can write here beta. Monoatomic gas मैंने mention नहीं किया है. I should have mentioned here. Let me write down that 2 moles of monoatomic gas. Right. So since it is monoatomic gas, you know that CV value will be 3R by 2. Okay. So that R and R will get cancelled here. So what do we get here now? So 3 by 2 into T2 minus 300 is equal to that minus, if I take inside, it is T2 by 2 minus with plus 60. This is what I would get. So this would be T2 minus 300 is equal to, if I make that 2 to the other side, then I will into, this will be into 3, and this will be minus T2 plus 180, sorry, plus 120, plus 120. So this is 3T2. If at all I bring that other T here and make 120 plus 900 go to the other side, I will get this as 1020. So this is 4T2. So this is 4T2. So T2 will be equal to 1020 by 4. So it is 2 times then 25 times and 5 times, 255 kelvins. So I would get this as 255 kelvins. So I got the temperature here, final temperature. So what is the work done now? Now you can calculate all simply. NCV T2 minus T1. This is the way you can calculate, and which is same as delta U. And what will be delta H? Delta H will be NCP T2 minus T1. You can calculate this. So if you substitute the values, number of moles is given now. So 2 moles into 3 by 2 R into T2 minus T1. So 255 minus 300. This is what we have, 300 initial. Yeah. And here you can calculate what is the work done now, and accordingly you will calculate delta H. Have you guys understood that, what to do? Aradhya, is that clear, beta? Okay, right. Now let us see the next kind, which is called as the polytropic process. Polytropic process. Polytropic process is that where it is very generic, where we won't say anything is constant, correct? Any q is 0 or anything, nothing like that. So it is just a generic process. So since it is a generic process, what we can say, see, if an ideal gas, is following a reversible path, suppose if an ideal gas is following reversible path, okay, in which PV raised to power of some x is constant. So PV raised to power of some x is constant. Then this x is called polytropic index. Polytropic index, which means this could be of any value. Okay. For different values of x, we'll get different types of processes. Clear? Now, for this, we need to check how the work done can be do. How can we calculate the work, or how can we calculate the heat capacity? Okay. So first, we'll try to find out the heat capacity, and then we'll get back to work. See what we can say here. We know that first I'm writing heat capacity of polytropic process. I want you to think this way. If PV raised to power of x is constant, which also implies TV raised to power of x minus 1 is equal to constant, which also implies P raised to power of 1 minus x into T raised to power of x is equal to constant, because just earlier we have proved what happens in adiabatic process. If any gamma is equal to constant, then this is also valid, this is also valid. Same way, if this is constant, this is also valid, this is also valid. So that is what I'll be using now. We know that du is equal to dq plus dw. Du I can write it as ncv dt, and dq I can write it as some cm into dt. Cm as in the unknown heat capacity, because we don't know what is this heat. We don't know it is at constant pressure, constant volume, constant temperature, or whether it is at any uh, adiabatic process. So therefore, this is the way it is. Then it is V minus P dV. This is how it would be. Now, if you have it this way, now check it out what we can do. From here, I know that TV raised to power of TV raised to power of x minus 1 is equal to constant. Let me differentiate this. What do I get here? dt by V is equal to minus of x minus 1 into t by V. This is what I'll get. See, if you differentiate this, let me show you that. If we differentiate that, what do I get here? Dt ka, if you calculate the first one, it is v raised to power of x minus 1 plus t raised to power of t into x minus 2 multiplied by v raised to power of x minus 2 into dv by dt is equal to 0. This is a differential form of it. I can take v into x minus 1 common, so I'll get 1 by v. So here I'll get it as 1 by v. Clear? This is x minus 1, sorry, x minus 1. So I can get this as 1 by v. So this is t into x minus 1 into 1 by t into x minus 1 by v, right? So that is why I took to the left hand side. So what would I get here? So I'll get 1 minus, correct? So this is 1 divided by, if I take this to the other side, we'll get 1 divided by this. So this is dv by dt. One second, guys. Be online. Right. So we get this as, if you inverse this, I will get this as minus uh, x minus 1 into t by v. Got it, beta? Any doubt here? Let me put this value back in this equation, except this time, instead of t by v, I will use this as, we know that PV is equal to nRT. So I can write T by V is equal to P by NR. Let me use that here. So what do we get here is NCV dt is equal to NCM dt minus PdV. So instead of PdV here, right? So I can use this dt, because dv is dt is equal to dt by this entire thing. So dt by this entire thing, I can write it as nr by x minus 1, okay, nr by x minus 1 into dt. That p and p will get cancelled. When you substitute this value here, p and p will get cancelled. This is what you will get, okay, and this will become plus. dt, now you check it out, dt will get cancelled in all of them, n will get cancelled in all of them. So what are we getting here? So the equation turn out to be cv is equal to cm plus r by x minus 1, or cm is equal to cv minus r by x minus 1. And this is an important formula, students. Derivation is not important, but you must know how to use the formula properly. So cm is equal to cv minus r by x minus 1. Okay. Now let me show you how this is generic, value. Suppose for different values of x, let us see what is going to happen. If x is equal to 0, what do we get, beta? This cm will be equal to cv plus r, na? Okay. So just put this pv raised to power of x is equal to constant. So pv raised to power of 0 is equal to constant, which implies pressure is constant. And if you recall, at constant pressure only, we will get Cp is equal to Cv plus R, na? So which is proved, so which means this is correct. Same way, let me put x is equal to 1. If x is equal to 1, Cv will be equal to infinity, because this would be R by 1 minus 0, which means it is undefined. When is, it is undefined, beta? This is at constant temperature. So at constant temperature, we know that we cannot define C, because C is equal to heat given by N into delta T. If temperature is not changing, we cannot define C. So for isothermal process, we cannot define heat capacity. So which implies this is for isothermal process. Isothermal process. And you can check it out. At isothermal process, PV power 1 is equal to constant. Na? That is also proven. And earlier, this was for isobaric process. Right. Similarly, if you see x is equal to 2, sorry, x is equal to infinity, what do we get? If this is infinity, r by infinity, which means this will become 0. So which means Cm will be equal to Cv, which implies this is at constant volume. So you can see that Pv raised to power of infinity here is equal to constant, which means if at all I divide everything by infinity, I can write it as 1 by 0, right? Or I can put this as v raised to power of x is equal to k. Multiply and divide everything by 1 by x on both sides. What do we get? I'll get this as p raised to power of 1 by x into v raised to power of 1 is equal to k raised to power of 1 by x. Now imagine if v approaches infinity, p will be 0. So p will be 0. So k will be, p will be 1 because p raised to power of 0 will be 1. V raised to power of 0 will be how much? That will also be 1. So v is equal to 1, which means it is constant value. So which you can prove from here. So this is constant value as well. So such type of process is called isochoric. Isochoric is constant volume process. Okay. And finally, if x is equal to gamma, we call it as adiabatic process because PV raised to power of gamma is equal to constant, that is for adiabatic process. Okay, beta. How we have got polytropic process. Mainly you have to remember this formula. Cm is equal to Cv minus R by x minus 1. If you know that, rest everything will become easy. Anything we want to derive, you can derive from there. Since you know that, now we can calculate work done. So work done will be equal to P2. Just recall the earlier equation from adiabatic. We got it as 1 by gamma minus 1 into P2 V2 minus P1 V1. जस्ट गामा के बदले में x रखना है आपको 1 by x minus 1 into P2 V2 minus P1 V1. This is for polytropic process. This is for adiabatic and this is for polytropic. Clear beta? Any doubt here? Now see how it can be asked. What kind of questions have been asked in JEE? So an ideal gas, an ideal monoatomic gas follows in which Cm is equal to 3R. Name the process in which the gas follows and write PV relation. Okay. Try to write PV relation. Now tell me, if Cm is equal to 3R, just use the formula like I said. Cm is equal to Cv minus R by x minus 1. Right? This is the formula we just derived. Cm is equal to Cv minus R by x minus 1. So just use that formula. This is 3R. For monoatomic gas, Cv will be 3R by 2 minus R by x minus 1. So which implies we can calculate x, that comes to be 1 by 3. So how does the formula look like? PV raised to power of 1 by 3 is equal to constant. So this is that polytropic process. Any doubt here? So you guys should be able to do the questions regarding polytropic process now. Next important process is free expansion process. See, free expansion process is nothing but imagine a system which is connected this way, where we have an ideal gas here, and this side it is all vacuum. We have vacuum here. Okay, and this entire system, imagine, is kept in some kind of a container here, where there is only, it is isolated. Here it is isolated. Maybe I took some water to maintain the constant temperature. Okay. So there is no heat that is given to this ideal gas. There is no heat here. There is no gas here. Here. Now the minute I open it, what would happen? Ideal gas will start moving into the vacuum space. Correct, beta? It is expanding its volume here. Slowly it is getting expanding its volume. But what all important pointers we need to learn here is that first, P external is equal to 0. There is no piston or anything which is pushing the gas here. There is no gas here which is applying any pressure towards the system. So P external is 0. There is no external pressure. If P external is 0, can I say work is 0? Okay. His work is 0 here. Clear? And there is no heat being exchanged between ideal gas and here. There is no heat exchange, which means Q is also 0. So which means it is like an adiabatic process. See, if Q is 0, delta U is equal to Q plus W, isn't or no? So if this both are 0, then delta U will be also equal to 0, which means NCV delta T should be 0, implies delta T is equal to 0, which implies it is at constant temperature. So temperature is not changing, correct? If delta T is 0, delta H will also be 0 because delta H is NCP delta T. So it is such kind of a process where almost everything remains 0. Q, W, delta U, delta H, and delta T. If you see the first and last one, the first one and the last one, what does this imply? The first one and the last one tells us that this is isothermal process as well as adiabatic process. So free expansion is something where it is happening both isothermally as well as adiabatically. Okay, and the expansion happens on its own, so it would happen very fast, so it is irreversible also, which means it is such kind of a process which is isothermal, adiabatic, and irreversible process. Clear, dear? All of you got this idea now? Free expansion is very important to understand what is happening with the work. Work is always 0 in this. Done with it? Right. Now let me introduce to thermochemistry part. Right. Here the basic idea is there is a uh, heat exchange between system and surroundings is happening, where heat is exchanged because system is a chemical reaction. System is a chemical reaction. So whatever the chemical reaction that is happening, because of which there is some heat being exchanged, and that is what is thermochemistry all about. What are the factors that will affect this heat of the chemical reaction? See, first factors affecting heat of chemical reactions. First factor, you know, uh, in which the reaction is carrying out, whether it is constant pressure, constant volume, and so on. For example, if you take N2 plus 3H2 is, suppose it is at constant volume and constant temperature to give 2NH3. Let's say this reaction is happening at constant volume and constant temperature. Then at constant volume and constant temperature, I can say Q will be equal to delta U of the reaction. Why? Because at constant volume, whatever the heat exchange is always equal to change in the internal energy, because constant volume there is no work. So Q has to be delta U only. How do we calculate delta U of the reaction? Delta U of the reaction can be calculated as internal energies of the products minus sum of all the internal energies, of the reactants. So for all the state functions, you will calculate the delta H of the reaction this way only. Products energies minus reactant energies. So here I can write this as 2 times of internal energy of ammonia minus internal energy of N2 minus 3 times the internal energy of H2. Okay. Suppose if at all I take one more case where we have N2 plus 3 H2 is operating at constant pressure and constant volume, and it is giving 2 NH3 here. Correct. Now this time Q will be equal to delta H of the reaction. This time Q will be equal to delta H of the reaction, because any heat exchange happening at constant pressure is what we call it as enthalpy change. Right? That is a basic definition of enthalpy. So therefore, delta H of the reaction, we will write this as 2 times enthalpy of ammonia minus enthalpy of N2 minus 3 times enthalpy of H2. This is how we'll write delta H of the reaction. So at any point of time, you know that delta H of the reaction can be written as delta U of the reaction plus delta of PV. This is the generic formula. Okay. Clear, beta? I guess all of you understood that. Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, when you have standard, now the next important pointer which you need to check out here is about the standard condition. Again, it's about the standard state. Standard state. See, if you take for a pure substance, pressure should always be 1 bar. This is the important condition. For pure substance, take any pure substance, pressure should be 1 bar in standard condition, and molarity of the substance should be 1 mole per liter. Molarity of the substance should be 1 mole per liter. Okay. Next, important point is temperature is not related. With standard state. Okay, but if nothing is mentioned, we always take 298 kelvins. If nothing is mentioned, this is the standard form in chemistry. If temperature is not mentioned, we'll always take, in standard case, it is always 298. See, beta, what is this standard state all about? Basically, it tells us that if any substance has been taken, किस केस में उसको 0 लेना चाहिए, किस केस में नहीं लेना चाहिए. That is the whole idea here. Okay. So let's see what are the types of heat of reaction. The first type, which is a very important kind, is the standard heat of formation. Okay, which is written as delta H of formation, like this. Okay, what does it tell? If you take 1 mole of a substance or an element, when 1 mole of substance, the substance could be in the element or compound, that is formed from its basic constituent, basic constituent elements. You know, in most stable state, most stable state, most stable state aggregates, then heat energy exchanged in this process, exchange in this process is what we call it as heat of formation. Heat of formation. For example, suppose if I want to calculate what is the heat of formation of CH4, methane. So I can pull this from carbon solid state in graphite. Why? Carbon's most stable state is graphite, and that too in solid state. Plus hydrogen most stable state is H2 gas, that too in gaseous state. When you combine both of them, and if I get 1 mole of CH4, then whatever the amount of heat that has exchanged in this case is called delta H of formation. This is called delta H of formation of methane. Okay. So which means I need to first know which of these elements should I make it standard. We have so many elements. So what should be their standard forms of heat? Right. Let us find out all the most stable aggregates here now. So one very important note what we are putting out is that the standard heat of formation of elements in their most stable state of aggregates, most stable state of aggregates is taken to be 0, is equal to 0, which means if you take delta H formation this way, this is how we write down delta H formation is 0 for the following. Let me show you. Fluorine in gaseous state, chlorine in gaseous state, bromine standard state, that is stable state, is in liquid state. Iodine, stable state is solid. Phosphorus P4, that to solid state, and white color phosphorus, because there are many colored phosphorus, black, scarlet, but only white color phosphorus is taken out to be standard form. Next, S8 also solid, and acid has allotropic form. One of the allotrope which is most stable is orthorhombic, and H2 in its gaseous state, got it? D2 deuterium in its gaseous state, tin white solid state is also 0, arsenic solid state gray is also 0. Okay, metals in their all standard state is 0, Cu solid, zinc solid, in their all standard state is 0, and H plus aqueous is 0. This is very important. Only ion which has been assigned the formation as 0 is H plus aqueous ion. Okay, rest all you know that oxygen gas, O2, nitrogen also in gaseous form, correct? So any compound that is forming from these, right, any of these standard compounds, then their delta H formation of these would be 0. Have you guys got this beta? बस यहाँ तक आप revise करोगे, got it? So till this point, make sure you revise properly. Read the NCERT